Evening. Oh, hang on. Right, okay, we've got a slight issue there because the camera needs resetting apparently. So bear with me 2 seconds. Let's fix this, shall we? Bear with me. Let's just redo this. 2 seconds. Quick. Try and fix it. To be fair, I'm glad it's done that rather than what it could have done. Try that. There we go. Look, we're back. Hello, everybody. Up the chair, indeed. As I said, that could have been anything. That could have literally been anything that had frozen on. So, that could have been incredibly worrying. Thankfully, it's not. Yes, there is in fact a new profile picture on Twitch. We did it at Insomnia. We've got a few bits and pieces we'll talk about from last night. It was good fun. Obviously, that's why we weren't around last night. We are back, of course, tonight as a little bit of a bonuser. Mrs. J is out getting lashed up at Johnny Bongos. So that means the kids are asleep. I'm here. 25 months subscription from Rogie there. That's the support we're talking about. We're going to get the Terriers fixed. Up the fucking Terriers. Welcome. Here we go. This is where we are. So, Huddersfield Town, League One, currently sat fourth. We should probably say hello to people before we get started, by the way. So, who's in tonight? Rogie, of course, is in tonight. Rajo's in. Barton's in. Keeney's in. Keeney, go and get your McDonald's, mate. Don't chill out. Don't wait for a McDonald's. We can wait. Don't worry. We can wait. A15's in here, by the way. One question. Do I need a pad and a pen alongside my beer? Hopefully not. We hope that this can be fixed before we get to that big problem there. Ryan's in, Zar's in, Zeep's in as well. And of course, we have also the Arsenal's here, TJ's here, Almighty 2's here. Johnny Bongo, she's off to Bongo's Bingo tonight, to be honest, to go and get her clearly. What is that? Well, it's probably slightly disparaging of me to say, because it sounds, from what I've heard, it sounds very much like a... It sounds very much like a hen do, to be honest, is what the Bongo's Bingo is. I've got a mate who actually is part of it. He lives over in Australia now. But I'm sure she's having a cracking time. So her and some mates are going out tonight. They're going to get their bingo on. So they're going to basically come back. Mrs. J's going to come back a bit lagered up, I'd imagine. So I was like, you know what? Let's just run upstairs. Let's get this sorted out. Let's try and fix the problem that is Huddersfield. Because, look at that, see? Issues. We're out of the Papa John's. We're out of the FA Cup. We've only got League One to compete with. Compete for, I should say. Sorry. Big defeats here against West Brom, against York, Blackpool. Like, I don't know what's wrong. We've missed out on Paley. He's gone to Wimbledon. We've got players, of course, who need resting. Nathan, Andy, welcome in, buddy. Nice to see you. Appreciate the follow. I don't think this 4-4-2 is the answer. But I don't think Ward can play up front on his own. He is getting goals now. He's scoring goals. Something needs to change, and I don't know what at this point. Something needs to change. I don't know what. Good afternoon. Sorry, Nathan. I didn't realise where you're coming in from, but obviously an afternooner rather than a morning. So evening. Welcome in. Hope you're good. Of course, if anyone who's brand new, by the way, of course, Vaughan Spafford, of course, has come in as well. The newly promoted head of youth development, who has the greatest name that we've seen in a long time. Recruited him because basically the youth intake this year looks appalling, absolutely appalling. I mean, yeah, they're playing a diamond. That probably works better for us. Part of me's thinking, right, and this is like just something I was listening to on the radio the other day. Part of me thinks we go back to what we've had, which is this. And part of me thinks, again, bear with me on this one, changing to maybe going vertical tiki-taka, keeping the ball narrow, right, playing fairly narrow, using the width from the wing backs and the wide players, and trying to exploit the space that way. Because Ward's not scoring goals from crosses, is he? Let's be honest. When the ball comes in the box, it's not crosses he's getting on there. We can basically look for a bit more of a counter-attacking style. I wonder if that's going to work better for us. What do we think? What do we think? A few of you have seen a lot of these games. Like, where's the issues come from? The issues, I think, have come from left back. There's been a concern at left back. So I think maybe we go full back on support. Carnell sometimes get caught out a little bit, but Hughes needs resting. 3 days until the next match, so we can probably. Is it worth a team meeting at this point? Club atmospheres average. Get them encouraged. They could do a bit better. That's what I think. Because we have to win. We have to win League One this year. Got to get promoted. Otherwise, we've got to start doing this. We've got to start looking at what else is around. And I don't want to be doing the what else is around, because we've done it already. Like, we've missed out on the TNS job, which is obviously what we didn't want. Like, we wanted to maybe get that, but we wanted a full run at TNS. We need goals from Ward. We need goals. Do I do with F1? Do the opposite of what you think is right, just for giggles. That's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout at all, to be honest. Let's go back. Let's put him back there then. That way. Put a deep line playmaker rather than as a Volante. I don't want to go 4-2-3-1. I don't. But I'm thinking that maybe that's where we might have to go. Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking that's maybe what we have to do. Maybe Grant gets up and around. We don't even need the overlap on because he's on attack anyway, so he will get up and about. He's injured now, so who's going to come in at right back? Curran comes back in. Try doing the double Segundo and signing Christian Pulisic. That's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout, Rogie. Not a bad shout at all. I feel like maybe if we get Boyle coming inside, he'll help a bit. We need to unlock Boyle as well, to be honest, because he's not really producing. Like, 6.96, 16 appearances, 3 assists. He's not really bringing it in either, is he? Winger on support, apparently, but we're not going to get anything down that left-hand side, then that's the problem. Rogie's doing well. 15 games, 5 assists, 7.16. He's doing well. Well done, Rogie. You're in there. How on earth have you found another Martin Boyle? The real one is bad enough. Well, I think that might be part of the problem, to be honest. Biggs has been playing well up top, but then Alfie Harrison's here as well. So do we put Alfie Harrison back in? Stacey's kind of like not quite doing it, so maybe we put Harrison there. With the Segundo on attack. But then I almost feel that we need it that way around so that we get some balance. Didn't Boyle get better as a playmaker? Where's his form? That's probably the best way of finding out. Form. It's difficult to tell, isn't it? Really, that there's a lot of yellow there, but then there's quite a bit of green. %81 of his passes completed. He's not. Is he taking a bit of time to settle? Maybe. I mean, he's still decent. That's the problem. He's still decent. It's like, is he good enough at this point? Like, or is he playing good enough? The answer at the minute is no. He's not playing good enough. Let's put him as a wide playmaker then, right? Let's play that. Let's go a bit narrower, right? Tiki-taka it in. Do I have Harrison there to get there? Dempsey to cut out. Because if Harrison gets here, then there's too much congestion there. But theoretically, we need this area covered. Maybe. 23rd and 21st. See, these are 2 games we need to win. 2 must-win games. And I'm worried that we're coming in with only one striker. So already concerned. What are we thinking? I mean, they've got a new manager in as well, Birmingham. That's not going to help ourselves, is it? Because overall, Huddersfield as a team are probably good enough to get promoted. Like if we can get Ward scoring goals, I think this team is good enough. Yes, we've missed out on Paley, which would have been fantastic to get him in. He would have been great as a number 10, but that's been and gone now. Do we go out and get another striker in January? Possibly. We've got £6 million to spend, so we're not short of cash. Just need the right player to turn up for us to go out, pop a bid in, get him done, buy ourselves into the championship. You know. Maybe we need another centre half. Maybe. Rachel's wanting a new contract already. A 29-year-old goalkeeper desperate for a new contract already in League One. Maybe Chevron. See, I said Chevron, Rogie, and then like people will go like, oh no, Chevron's not the one. Chevron's not the one. Sounded very much like the Neil Lennon School of Football Management. What's that? Just we've got money, let's burn it. Because the problem is that, well, I mean, I keep saying the problem is they don't want to let him go on loan. That's the issue. Buy. See, because again, we bought a load of players. Maybe those players just need a little bit of time to gel. Maybe that's what it is. I want a list of player names who said no to Chevron, and I will definitely not ban them. Yeah, too much options, never enough options. Yes, exactly. Too much is sometimes worse. You know, I don't want too many options. Can create a bigger problem in the grand scheme of things. Okay, trust the process. Sometimes I just need to listen to my own advice a little bit, don't I? Just trust it. I think the issue we've got is because of the nature of the save. Because of course we're all like, look, we know that we need to get, you know, these trophies, and we need to start. And we haven't had a trophy for a couple of years, and maybe that's sort of getting in now in my head a little bit, and therefore maybe getting in everyone else's. I'm allowing everyone else to get in my head as well. Maybe that's it. Maybe I just have to sit and go, look, chill. We've got loads of time. The new game isn't out until November. Okay, we will complete this challenge. 35 trophies. We've won 8 so far. Yes, we're in season 13. But overall, 8 trophies in 13 seasons is pretty good. Some managers would take that. Some managers would rip your hand off for that. Oof. Oh. I mean, the fact it's a minute in and we're already a goal down, that's worrying. Set play as well. Look at this. Beats him here. Straight through. Cuts back inside. Goalkeeper wants a new contract. He's beaten at the near post like that. Oof. We'll have to see about that, pal. Let's see. Because you're right, the ability level of the players is there. It's now just a confidence thing. Maybe not. Maybe we're just shit. 2-0 down after 2 minutes. How the hell has that happened? Summon the spirit of Sean Dyche. Trust the process. See, I can trust the process. That's the thing. I can. Can I keep everything else out of my head? That's the problem. Can I keep everything else out of my head? 6 points away from the top, 4 points away from automatic, but we're still 2 points away from, we're still in the playoffs as it stands. Turn Huddersfield into an horrible bastard team. Is that the problem? Do you think I'm trying to play too much football? I mean, this is new manager bounce, right? Do you think my issue is I should just go back to agricultural style? Get the 4-4-2 out. Worry about all that later. Underside the bar. Stacey out to Boyle. Boyle through for Biggs. Got to finish it. Corner. Rolling up someone's head. Nobody apparently. Turn into a shadow striker, I think. Let's do it then. Let's do it. Four, 2-3-1. Fine, if it's got to be that, it's got to be that. Current Stacey gives the ball away again. Did we have players just overperforming last season? Is that what it is? Or have we got too many square pegs and round holes? Wide. Away again. Come on, boys, get the ball back in. Losing it again. Oh, not three. Oh, are you kidding me? Pen and pad review before the January transfer window. Most players are decent, just need to be ruthless with the ones that aren't. Yeah. I agree. Think. Right. We're having a fire sale, yeah. You're for sale. Right, okay. Right, honesty box time now. Get your players listed down for who you think needs to be sold. They do a real life tactics garage. Play less players out of position. I don't think they're necessarily playing players out of position. That's the problem. We're trying to get them back into as many positions as we can. We've created Stacey into a Valente. We may have to drop that role now, possibly. That might not be working. The halfback, Dempsey, I think we maybe need a better half-back, possibly. I think he maybe played a bit too well last season. There's Ball with a goal. I just think we're maybe just not quite getting the best out of certain players. Like, we're not getting the best out of Ball. We're not getting the best out of Stacey. We're not getting the best out of Ward. Like, you know, should Biggs be in place of Stacey, maybe? And then we get a better strike partner for Ward, which is probably the right thing to do, really. Harrison had a great season last season. It feels a shame that we've had to sort of like crowbar him into the team a little bit this year by changing formation around. We're lacking the dynamism of Batty from last season when he was sort of bombing up and down the left hand side. We haven't got that this year. Here's Rogie. Can he go inside? Can Ward finish it? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Comeback's on. Outside of his boot as well. What a strike. This is a much better second half. Again, back to 4-4-2. Is that what it's got to be? I'm not against it. If that's how we play against the Diamond, that's how we play. Rogie, wrong option, Rogie. Sondergaard with a save. Do we go positive now? We've had a lot of the ball. New manager bounce, short-lived. Well, they might still get 3 points on the board though, Nige, so that'll be the bounce. Penalty, surely. Ivan Gale clears it. I think that's a penalty, but they're saying it's a clean tackle, which is fine. Pick ourselves up, we just got to keep going. Right. Biggs for Lloyd Lewis. Biggs for Price, actually. Let's try that. Stacey for Gardner. Zenk, maybe. Zenk will bring Romario on. Fredo Boyle inside. Zenk doesn't quite go for it. Harrison, Zenk, Ward. Just need to finish that. Rogie's taking a knock. Right. Rogie for... Right, Rogie for Price. Encourage them. Off the line. Oh, Ward clears it up, he's over the bar. Yeah, you'll get your revenge, Rogie. Don't you? You'll get your revenge. Do we move players up now? Do we move them into a 4-2-4? Second half's been all us, so it's difficult to sort of suggest that making changes is a good idea. But at the same time, we do need to tweak something out. Oh, even Devil as always. How are you? Can't be upset today. City won 4-1. Leeds Ice Hockey won their first quarter-final. Nice. Maybe the centre-half. We've spent big on our centre-halves as well. That's the trouble. Blaming Ward for the XG. Yeah, there's a few issues, isn't there? I mean, you can't go 3-0 down at half time and still be in the game. That's the thing. Like, we've got to accept that it's our own fault. You know, we created the problems. I think we need a ball playing centre half. That's what I think we need. I think we need someone who can put their foot on the ball and start building the play from the back, because we haven't got that. They're both just... None of the centre halves we've got are comfortable enough on the ball. I think that's what's maybe a slight concern. Rogi's only out for a couple of days, that's good. That Carmel played well, didn't he? We've looked at him a couple of times. Dadson, evening Dadson, how are you? The most handsome man on the festival stage at the Storm, yeah? How are we? Very good, I'm very good, thank you. How are you? Good to see you. Hope life is treating you well. It was fun, that, wasn't it, yesterday? Quite enjoyed it. Getting to go out and do my old presenting things again. So, yeah, it was great. Really, really good. Really good. Were you there today? Did you stay for the rest of the weekend, or was it just last night you were there? Because, yeah, we were only there for yesterday, but, yeah, loads of fun. Loads of fun. Bit surreal being a whole group of people. 100%. It's surreal. But that's what's cool, though, is the fact that there's that many people around who are great to hang out with and meet new and interesting people. So, yeah, glad you were there. Glad you enjoyed it. You were there today. You're back home. Oh, awesome. You've joined us just at the right time, actually. We're busy trying to deconstruct my team at the minute. We had a tactics garage yesterday online, out there, of course, live, but this is where we're trying to see it in real life. The problem is the defenders are kind of reliant on having the protection of the halfback. They are, and then when the halfback doesn't work, that's a concern, isn't it? And we've gone through classic TJ metrics of, like, work rate, fitness, determination, teamwork, these sorts of things. Now I think we're just in the position where we just need people who are just willing to go out and win. Siobhan Beckford's almost a chevron, but he does play the same position as Rogi, so that's not the priority. Jake Morgan as well. Danny King, Kyle Ward, Craig Ramsey. I'm just quickly eyeballing these players, to be honest, to see if there's anyone that looks like they might be quite decent. James Madge, dribbling at 15. Runs with the ball, cuts inside. Some of these players are beyond shocking. Oh, 100%. But it's fine, though. This is what we are. We're in 2034. We're currently at Huddersfield, but we're just about hanging into the playoffs. We should theoretically be better, but we're just underachieving at the minute. Tackling 14, marking, positioning. Where's his positioning? 12. Tanico, Sergio, Okera Room. Nah. Carter Threckelt, left winger, League One standard. League Hollands. What we need championship level players in League One, really, don't we? Stephen Will, defensive mid, jumping reach is dreadful. Seamus Viola, no, he's not good enough. Harrison Morris, not good enough. Daniel Walton, 17 acceleration. If we're looking to bring players in just to get a bit of pace and speed things up, we are lacking a bit of pace up front, we said, didn't we? Malachi Webster, 17, finishing of 3. Perry Alderson, there is Schaffer, Luke Cox, 15 acceleration, 16 finishing, 13 composure, 11 anticipation, off the ball 14, teamwork 16. He looks okay, but I think he's going to be too similar to Ward. I think that's the thing where his work rate's okay, but I think he's going to have the same problems that Ward's got. in that he's going to need a partner with him as well. How come sometimes the positions are ringed in the little graphic are in fact not the positions they're playing? Maybe they've been playing there for their team at the time, possibly Dadson. So maybe although they're not naturals there, maybe that's where they've been playing. So it's like, oh well, they could probably play there as well. Or I think that's how it works, but I could be wrong. .15 acceleration, crossing and dribbling of 13 and 14. That's not too bad, to be honest. 6'4". Potential championship standard. Femi McKeown. Vision and passing. 27. Ross Quinn. Marcus Campbell. Well, we sold him, so he's not going to come back, is he? Amadou Diallo. Dennis Diallo. Wide playmaker. Lewis Kumas. Papalou Devalio. Martin Marshall. I mean, right, out of what we've got so far then, what are we automatically thinking? We're thinking some sort of target man maybe, or support striker. Yeah, we need like someone who's going to offer supports, like a DLF possibly. Ball playing centre half. And are we thinking about replacing the half back as well? Because if we are, fair enough. Well, I see Nelson. He looks alright as a winger, doesn't he? Oh, well, no, he doesn't. Work rate of 9. Never mind. So close. Conrad Pinch, not good. McGuigan, not good enough. Jay White. I mentioned left back. Yeah. Put left back question mark. Left back's not massively the priority, but you're right, we do concede a lot of goals from that position. Finishing 17, composure of 14. 5'8". Atiaf, appreciate the follow, very kind. Thank you for that. Terrell Stanford, centre back, jumping reach 13, marking 11, positioning is only 9. It's not great. Teamwork's good, vision's good, work rate's good, technique's good, passing's decent enough. Anticipation, aggression's very high. 52 grand a week. Oh, is it Tottenham? That's why. What's the scoring record like? We'll have to come back to him. What was his name? Can you remember? Faisal and New. Inconsistent. However, quick. That's might be an option. Fidel Schultz. Deep line playmaker. On loan. Latland goalkeeper. Eyes are precious. We looked at him before. We weren't convinced. Peter Gale. 15 acceleration, 15 finishing, 16 flair, work rate 7. On loan anyway. Jamie Campbell. Sean Ward, winger. Just appears to be quick and can dribble. Ricardo Green. Centre back Adam Brook. Work rate dreadful again. Jonathan Rowe, 16 acceleration. 31 though. Sadiq Sani. dribbling 15, work rate 9. Why is it with these players just like not being remotely arsed at all? Donovan Clifford, he's playing in Division 2. 2 stars isn't good enough. Rory Keegan. Daniel O'Shea. Oh, God, we looked at him, didn't we? Expensive. Minimum fee release cost 3.8. Matt Thomas. Barry Smith, player for the future, was that? Fullback, marking. Tackling's only 10 though. Aggression 16. Beachy at Carlisle. Ashley Thomas, centre half. Jumping reach. Heading's not very good, but jumping reach is good. Is he on loan? 26. Fullback. If it wasn't for the fact he didn't enjoy big matches, he's actually doing pretty well statistically. Second in the league for clearances, 4th in the league for shots blocked, 5th in the league for key tackles, 7th in the league for possessions won, 10th in the league for headers won. I mean, thing is though, he can't really do much when he gets the ball. As a centre, as a fullback, he can't cross. His passing's not particularly great. His anticipation's fine. His position is good. His teamwork's all right. He's not particularly quick. It's a tricky one finding players who like big matches this season. Like there's a lot of them are sort of like they look like they're decent players, then they go hiding in those matches. So it is interesting. Chris Burrows just a bit quicker. Heaton. Matthew Brooker. Again, no crossing, no dribbling. Quick and good anticipation, but nothing else other than that. Cave went for a tactic change. You do get big game players in sports. Yeah, you can get them. And we will get them eventually, but I don't know when. We looked at this, like, didn't we? Tete. Again, we're not 100%. No, the lad from Oxford left. He decided to go to Wimbledon instead because he thought they were playing better than us. So he's left top of the table, Oxford, to go and join 4th place Wimbledon. And we were his favourite personnel. There he is there. Paley. 14 goals in 23 games. Fuming. I thought absolute shitbag that he is. Well, fair enough. You know, let him go and do what he's going to do. We'll have the last laugh eventually. Who else have the Tories got? Nobody. No one else. Don't need anyone else. He was the only one I wanted. Actually, though, the question is, do we want this guy from Wimbledon? McCready. Ian Shaw's good. How are you? Welcome in. That work rate needs to be upped a little bit. But 14 goals, 18 games, none of them are penalties. Acceleration, aggression's quite high. Anyone from East Fife? I mean, there's a reach, isn't it? I don't know if we get anyone who's good enough at East Fife to come back. Snowy. It's not quite as good as we'd expect, is he? Not now. Nobody's scoring goals. They're 7th. They're really struggling now. Tony Ross. Doesn't know how he's going to do it. The Scottish striker. Doesn't like he's going to do it. Hessenthaler. Didn't look like he was having much fun. No, I think is the is the short answer from East Fife. No, there's nobody there that we could use. Not that we're expecting it, to be honest. Which is, fair enough, I guess. Alex Roberts. This guy was available, and we didn't think he was worth it. But then 6 goals in from defensive midfield. It was 29. That shows why we left. Did, really did. I think as well we're in the position that because we're in league, and this is like where you get into these positions with Football Manager. It's when you get stuck in a division and you know that like it's going to take a big swing to get you out, and it shouldn't really. Like we're in the moment now where it's like one smart thing could really help us, but if we don't do it properly, we're stuffed. And I wonder whether someone like this, I know he's only 5'5", is someone like this a decent idea? Bring him in from Leeds, DLP. That would potentially mean we change. Let's go back to there. Does that mean that we go Harrison and Stacey? Has that got to change? Oh yeah. Dempsey's the halfback, obviously, but he needs a rest. That's why he was rested in the last match. But even then, I mean, if we could get a better defensive midfielder than Dempsey, he's sort of got everything we need. Like, attributes wise, he's perfect. He's got everything we need. And he's playing very, very well, 7.09. But it's just that thing, innit, of going like, if he has a stinker, are we stuffed? He's 6'4", so he covers everything as well, exactly, which is why he's in. And I wonder whether do we put him back in that position there, and then that goes to change that to a DLP possibly rather than a Volante. There's your little triangles. Then it's another wide. There's another playmaker here. Is that right? You've got fullback on support, even though you've got John Grant, who's been getting up and down that wing-back position and just bossing it. He's been great up and down. Now, obviously, got Rogi's out injured, so Price have to come in. Centre-halves are technically playing well. You got there 7.17, 7.09. You've got Travis here, 7.36. Jumping reach of 20. We use the acceleration maybe for a wing back possibly, but he's got no technical ability really. So this is the so essentially this is the problem we've got. Everybody on paper looks good, like, but you want to look for a ball playing defender. We've got nothing. We've got plays short, simple passes, passing of 5, vision of 8. So that's not going to be it. Stays at the back, runs the ball rarely. Right. Ian Hughes, passing of 8, vision of 6, stays at the back all times. Okay. Travis here runs the ball down the right, not good considering he's got no technique and his control's not very good. Knocks the ball past opponents, but you don't want that for a centre half. Passing of 8, vision of 9. So again, No use at all, really. Maybe we put him back in as a no-nonsense centre-half and just get him to boot the ball out rather than actually mucking about with it. But again, I think we need someone there who can actually do something with it, you know? Composure for Carnell's. Yeah, composure 5. That's a good shout, actually. Ian Hughes, composure 10. Anticipation 14. Carnell's composure 5. Anticipation 12. Yeah, maybe that's the issue then. Maybe that's the wrong player. Possibly. Lee Miles, composure 10. I suppose he's probably the most ball playing defender there is. Passing of 9, vision of 11. Maybe we try it with him as the ball player. I don't know. So I've got target man, DLF, ball playing centre back, half back, left back. That's what we're looking for. That's before we start thinking about changing of tactics or anything like that. So Michael Owen charged £144 for personalised video on Cameo. I mean, I can read the book for him. We'll do that for a lot cheaper than that, you know what I mean? That's without my agency fees, exactly. Joe Williams is back. Okay, 4-4-2 for Blackpool. Things look better when we went to 4-4-2 against Birmingham as well. So maybe that's something to think. You know, maybe we do go back to 4-4-2. Transfer window opens. Wimbledon looking like Michael Murray. No chance of reading him in book on this 12-hour stream. No. I don't think Michael Owen will be doing it. Not at all. We'll have to do it ourselves. We'll do the voice. We'll learn how to do the accent. Work rate's not great, is it? Aggression's a bit too high. Jonathan Rowe. Could be going to Bristol City. West Brom are looking at Tete. Oxford looking at him. Swindon looking at him. West Brom are looking at him. Finishing of 16. Composure of 14. Anticipation of 13. Acceleration of 15. Decision making is 12. Off the ball's 11. Concentration is only 8 though. Scoring record is 24 and 87 in total. But that is over 8 years. He's not played much. Colin Bird at Rotherham apparently is someone we've been linked with in the press. Oh, he's a 3-star halfback. 3.5-star halfback. His passing is not brilliant. His position is not great. And his concentration is not great. Jumping reach is alright. What do we think? He's not a playmaker. His passing and his passing's not good enough. His vision's good. His positioning needs work. And his concentration needs work. But anticipation's good. Jumping reach is all right. Tackling's not good as well, actually. That's a good point. I'll shortlist him. He's not the worst. He's not the worst player in the world. But you're right. There's definitely better. potentially this guy might be better. Let's scout him. George Alimi. Fraser Mendoza. Jumping reach 10 to 15. On from Brighton. Scout again. He's a bird, Tony. He can fly. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I've not considered signing animals. That's the thing. I'm a fool to myself. I haven't considered signing. Here I am, only signing human players. Stupid, isn't it? Arsenal made a bid for Lennon Skinner. 20 odd million quid on a goalkeeper. When did we look at him? Maybe we were trying to get him in on loan. Paley named player of the month. I mean, just rub it in, why don't you? Rub it in. Jay Crimmin, 7 goals. Acceleration's pretty decent. 7 goals in 13. Acceleration, anticipation, decision, concentration, determination. Jumping reach, attempts overhead kicks. Plays with his back to goal. Doesn't enjoy big matches. Of course he doesn't. Why would he? 66 and 200. He got 13 goals last season. 17 and 44, I should say. Sorry, in League One. Just for the Mohawk and the overhead kicks. Plays with back to goal, helps the overhead kicks. It's true. It's true. He's got 4 assists as well, actually. Could be the target man for Ward. He could be. He could be. He could be the guy. Let's see what we got then, shall we? Flair 20 in League One. Oh, that terrifies me. Imagine all those overhead kick assists. I mean, it could be incredible. Or all those overhead kicks that are going to end up in the sea. He's going to volley them out the ground. We're going to be like, oh, for God's sake, why has he done that? Why has he done that? We might have to move some players out as well in order to meet with the registration requirements, because I think we are at a full 22. I think 165 quid less. 165,000 less, of course. So yeah, so we've got one space. Niall Jones, of course, can come back in as well. He was under 21, so that's fine. In fact, if he's under 21, he doesn't have to be registered at all, does he? So he should theoretically be fine. Even in Brazilian Fury, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Monthly board review C+. It's not flying, is it? Do need to get a bit of improvement going on, I think. Ward needs resting. Corner routine at deep far post, draws the defenders towards the corner flag, then overhead kicks to Ward all alone. That would be, yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what we're needing to do. That would be perfect. About Rogie behind the forward with Price on the wing. We've not tried Rogie out there, to be honest. He doesn't seem to suggest that he can play there, but that's not to say he can't. Obviously, we're saying try and play players in in their actual positions. We're now suggesting playing players out of position, which can Rogie play up front? No, unfortunately not. There's something about this formation that I think would suit us, and I just think that we're either. I worry whether we're like one player or two players just not quite the right players for the roles, So it's like, right, what do we do instead? Because we can change to 4-4-2. And we can change to 4-2-4, and that seems to work nicely, but it's like, is that what, not necessarily, I'm not saying like, is that how we want to play, but you got to sort of work with what you got at the end of the day, don't you? And it's 4-4-2 is what has to work then. 4-4-2 is what has to work. Yeah, if Rogie's trying to put a transfer request in, if Blackpool beat us, then we might as well just accept that Rogie's leaving now. So it's been lovely, Rogie. It's been great having you in. Your time at Huddersfield will be remembered fondly. Intercepted by Price, that's more like it. Ball back down the line. Price picks it up, back inside to Harrison. Biggs thinks about getting up. Dempsey on the ball. Dempsey's not going to score from there. It was a stupid Dempsey. That was a shadow striker. See how that works for Biggs. Because in a sense, we could put Biggs into this sort of midfield area here and put the two wingers up top and have a three in the middle. But maybe we lack support up top. I like the idea of the ball dropping and Biggs being the guy, or Harrison being the guy who sort of picks it up and does something with it, winning that second ball or coming deep here like that. But maybe sort of it's more aggressive to have wingers forward possibly. Oh, but Tony, you can have both if you play as a 4-2-3-1. I know I could. Boyle inside the Biggs. Boyle gets it back. Biggs tackling in. Good ball through. There's Lloyd Lewis. Just goes the wrong direction. Harrison. There we go. 1-0. Keenham off to McDonald's if Blackpool win. You and me both, Keeney. You and me both. Dempsey, Biggs. Out to Price. Price has taken a knock on the wing as well. That's right. Cuts it back, Harrison. Grant. Biggs with the effort. Corner. So, injury for Price. Yellow card for Grant. Right side's taking a bit of a kicking. Travis heads it all that. Like, you've got jumping reach of 20 and he can't head the ball near the goal. Must have vision of like 2. No, that's what Grant's got, but great ball through. There's Lloyd Lewis. Finish it. It just rolls over the line. Just rolls over the line. Crazy goal. Goal of the month contender, King. Absolute goal of the month. I hope that Lloyd Lewis scores. He can get goals, can't he? As I say, when he went to Glentoran, he was just all goals. We wanted him. We thought we had him at Banbridge, but it was like, oh, Glentoran, we're like, we'll sign you. And it was like, oh yeah, fair enough, yeah. Yeah, you're off there. We kept our eyes on him ever since. And the option came to sign him, we were like, yeah, let's have a little look and see if we can get him. His jump reach is too much. Maybe that is a possibility for Travis. Just can't keep the ball down. Yeah, maybe he needs to let the ball bounce, like let the ball drop a little bit more. He's like, as you say, he's kind of catching it at the top of the cross. Nice ball in. Biggs with a header. So is that Lloyd Lewis on what? 10 goals this season now? Or 5 in the league maybe? Sure, he got a hat-trick, didn't he? He's put a wide back post unmarked. Unmarked header. That should have been 3. Harrison, Grant. Moves the ball back. Back inside, here we go. Little triangles. Price goes through, side netting again. Some of the football that's been played in this match is pretty nice to watch. It's a bit better, isn't it? 10 shots, 4 on target. Couple of areas where we were thinking, right, maybe we should have done something a little bit nicer. Let's bring Renford on. He's got a knock. Let's put Carnell. Let's put Carnell at right back. It's not a great swap, but maybe put him as wing back on support actually. It's back to our better work. Yeah. Laguita, appreciate the follow. Very kind. Maybe we drop Biggs back into the midfield in the second half. There's Lloyd Lewis out to Carnell. Thinks about it. Raspberry. Well, Renford gets in there. Carnell, Harrison, Dempsey. Harrison. Someone just dink the ball over the top. Great ball through. Lloyd Lewis, miles offside. Surely. Yeah. Miles and miles and miles. I mean, Harrison spots the pass though. Doesn't spot these, offside by a country mile, but still. It's positive. Look around, there's only Lafredo and Carnell and Boyle and Raspberry who are playing under a 7 at this point. Much better. And at home as well. In front of our fans, New Year's Day. Everyone's a bit hungover. Great ball through. There's Biggs. Should have made it 3. How have we missed that one? Boyle's on a yellow. We'll put Zenk on actually at this point now. Nicely nodded back. Miles and Travis have had a good match there. 7.5, 7 for Miles. Lafredo's on a 7 as well. Harrison's on an 8 too, playing as a deep line playmaker. Balls in over the top. Yeah, it's just the subs who sort of come on, not really getting into the game. Raspberry, Zenk and Carnell sort of struggling really to keep up with the pace, I think, more than anything. Definitely chance conversion training. We are wasting a lot, aren't we? Definitely. Let's put Gardner on. We'll take Biggs off and we'll drop Gardner into midfield actually. Try and just tighten things up a little bit. 2-0 up. Need to see out. We've been in this position before. Been 2-0 up and lost it, so let's try and sort of just hold it as we can. Rash with the ball through. Travis off the post. Got up above everyone. Again, that should have been 3-0. So we've had probably about another 2 chances where we should have scored. I think, well, even 3 maybe. The one where Price went through, hit the side netting. So 2-0, could have been 4, could have been 5. Just need to make sure we keep this out of our area. Clean sheet's important at this point now, isn't it? Just even if it's just for morale more than anything. It's fine, over the top. Spiner's playing very well. Look at that. That's collective there is very, very good. And it's, as I say, it's the subs that have come on that have been trying to keep up with the pace, to be honest. The subs are the ones who are getting under 7s. 2-0 win. Rogie stays. Rogie's transfer request is ripped up and put in the bin. So, there you go. We don't have to worry about that. Use one of the training sessions each week for training until they're going to hit a barn door. We've had it in a lot. But it obviously doesn't seem to make a blind bit of difference for them. What position do you think needs strengthening? I mean, well, where do you want media man? Striker, we'll say first of all. Might just have to demand a transfer every. I think that's the thing. Rogie. Maybe it's the fear has been put in, and we're going right. Okay, maybe we have to think about this. There's that Bevan lad that we just had a quick nosy of. Have we had a nosy of him actually? No, we haven't. Centre half, 6'3". Brighton, jumping reach of 15 to 19. Anticipation, tackling, marking, work rate's not very good. Dirt cheap. Let's find what the scouts say about him. He might be alright actually. Claudio Prey, he's the Tottenham lad. Johnny Alonso, the goalkeeper. Brendan Pitcher, another winger. A lot of money. We can't afford that. Right, let's get our training sorted out and get this chance conversion back in here. So, we want to get match review in here. That's got to be tactics and teamwork first of all. This is going to have to be chance creation, chance conversion, and attacking movement maybe. That can be attacking corners. Actually defending corners because we're away. See if that works. We might lose a couple of loanee players as well in the summer, in January, because Campbell's not really playing. Halter from West Ham's not really playing, so we could potentially look to let them go. Oh, 33. Toby Savin, goalkeeper, don't need goalkeeper. Right. Too expensive. Graham Murray. We looked at him a couple of times. What do we think? Can tend to be fickle, apparently. Fickle personality is not great. Kenny McGreedy's a 3-star. Second in League One for shots. Third in League One for expected goals. Second for non-penalty XG. Third in the league for shots per 90. $14 and 11. An XG of 14 and 19. XG of 11. want big money to leave. Halter's crap. Halter is crap, to be honest, yeah. He's not good at all, is he? Ethan Ennis, 30 years old. Gareth Breeze. Is he another poacher? Dribbling of 17, finishing of 16, first touch, composure of 16, determination of 20. Acceleration's not quite there. Work rate not quite there. What do we think? Driven personality. Scoring record 44 and 153. Last season in the Championship 13 and 38. Reasonable in the Championship in a team that was struggling last year. Bobby Fresno. He's not getting goals either, is he? Quintana. He's too expensive now. I mean, there's that Scott Jones as well from Brentford, 23, 5'10", acceleration again, not quite good enough. Anticipation of 16, finishing of 15. Moves into channels, probably a pressing forward, I'd imagine. Maybe. Concentration's low as well, though. 11 and 35. But that was for Glenn Torren. Doesn't feel comfortable in the big matches. Could have injury problems. Fairly professional. Chalmers. Could be expensive. Could be. I mean, he's sort of got bits of everything, really, hasn't he? And is he better as a midfielder than as a striker? This guy, probably a midfielder. Composure, decision making, first touch, teamwork, vision, passing. He's pretty good, isn't he? But susceptible to injuries. Outspoken. Yeah, 100% a midfielder. 100%. Not a striker. Orlando Kelly's already gone, of course. Ewan Morgan at Swindon. 7 goals from the bench. 16 acceleration. 15 dribbling. 13 first touch and finishing. Composure 13. Decision making 13. Anticipation 13. Runs of the ball down the right. Pressing forward maybe. Super sub maybe. Doesn't enjoy big matches. Second in the league for average rating. Second in the league for minutes per goal. 8th in the league for expected goals over performance. Could be an option, couldn't he? Ankle and knee ligaments, thigh, hamstring, calves. A few injuries, but he's been playing for 10 years, so you'd expect that. 80 goals in 310 games, though. Again, not exactly lighting anywhere up, is he? Oh, has he only just signed? No, surely not. He has, yeah. He's literally just gone to... Yes, oh, he's just gone. Never mind. Did score 19 in one season for Swansea. True. Luke Cox, 24 in 95. 5 goals for Hibs. 13 for Ipswich. 16 for finishing. 13 for composure. 15 for acceleration. 5'10". Could play as a DLF. Teamwork's decent enough. Vision's okay. It's maybe not good enough actually for a DLF, possibly. This might sound daft, but the more money you get, the bigger the problems you've got, right? Because you obviously now sat there going like, all right, we've got to make this the right decision. Got to make this the right one. Otherwise we're stuffed. Actually. Get it wrong. What do we do? Cox has got all the tools and hasn't ever made it click. The problem is that we've got a player like that already. That's the problem. Like, if Ward was banging the goals in left, right, and centre, I'd be so much more confident of bringing Cox in, essentially as a backup for Ward. But what we're thinking is now, yes, he's a backup for Ward, but we still need a partner for both of these players. At this point, that is a lot of money as well, so that's going to have to come down. It could come down. That's fine. 275 grand is negligible in terms of the fee. He's not scored a goal this season. Jeez, how long has he been injured for then? 5 weeks. How has he not scored? Acceleration 14, finishing 16, composure 15. I mean, he feels like the sort of player that we should be looking at. A guy who, again, should be doing pretty well. Isn't. That value is ridiculous. We're not going to pay that. 6'4", jumping reach of 15. If we were to build essentially a team of raggy dolls, then this is the guy you want in it, isn't it? He got 9 goals last season in the Championship. He's got none in the Championship this season. 4 starts, 9 sub appearances. £13 million release clause. Tom Bloxham's 31 now. Chris Williams at Dundee, 6'6", 17, £9 million. Ain't getting him. Breeze we're not sure about. McCready we're waiting to hear about. Could be expensive. Just clicked on the loan. They weren't having a loan for him, but you never know. As the window progresses, we might be able to get into loan territory. Dundee got anyone else? Dundee seem to have some decent players coming through, don't they? How's Cool coming on? He's currently playing in Saudi Arabia, so I would imagine he's doing. Oh, he's not. No, he's a Saint Etienne, sorry. Yeah, not great. Which I guess it's quite good actually. The fact that he's not managed to do well since being part of Newcastle's team. Marquez. I haven't got a Marquez there. He was at Liverpool, wasn't he? Leighton Lucy, too expensive. I remember that. Saint Etienne, Saudi Arabia, not much difference there. I know, and I realised once I'd said it that it was looking a bit silly. Barnes, again, he left Dundee, Derby to go to Dundee. Dundee just seem to have all the players. 6'5", 25-year-old striker centre back. That's what we're talking about. As the director of football suggested, anybody. I mean, we could try. We'll see what they've got. Right. Striking transfers. Martin Satriano. Actually, they did suggest this guy before. 33 years old on 29 grand a week. No. Craig Murray at Millwall. Very fast. Not necessarily a finisher. Composure's good. Determination's good. Dribbling's okay. Runs with the ball, comes deep. Could play just behind the strikers. Could play out wide. Anticipation's not brilliant. DLF anticipation's not really good enough. Yuri Matveev, 6'3", Ukrainian. 5 goals in 15 games in the Spanish second division. 27 years old. Work rate doesn't look particularly good. 56 and 176. I mean, we could take a guess. We could take an absolute gamble on Yuri Matveev. £30,000 a week wages. Centre back, who they got? David Nemeth, 33. Zenit St. Petersburg, again, he's not going to come. Jamal Baptiste, 31, 14 grand. Ball playing centre half. Of course, former West Ham, former Peterborough. Okay, maybe not the worst idea. Michael Fox. Michael Fox isn't bad, actually. Didn't you say this was your last season with Huddersfield no matter what? Don't worry about the money. You guys do listen to this intently. You're right, I did say that. I did. Can he play it? Half back? Maybe. Tactical Manager FM, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. Technically, I did say that this was going to be last season. You're right. You're right. But then who knows? Who knows? Maybe we could win the championship. We can't. No chance we can win the championship. Winston Lurison, great. You reckon we can get a player from Ajax, do you? Okay, great idea. I'll just get the lad from Ajax in. Yeah, let's just do that, shall we? Still a couple of players I'm not sure about. Sligo, Swindon and West Brom fancy Tete. Do we? We got one from Milan. We did get one from Inter Milan. That's a good point. And we're not sure if he's good enough. Do we like Tete? Do we not like Tete? Does he feel like... Is it a bit like Cox in the fact that it's just another player who's maybe not quite good enough, but has a little bit more pace this time? Is he a better option than Zenk? Probably just. Better in the air. Zenk's got better mentals. He's slightly... Zenk's slightly better... Actually, no, sorry. Let me rephrase that. Zenk is better in the air. Zenk is better defending. Tete's got better mentals. Ever so slightly quicker. I think we did this the other day, actually, didn't we? I remember this now. Yeah, dribbling's the same. Finishing's ever so slightly better. Bit more aggressive, slightly better anticipation. A better leader. Technique's the same. Penalties are just a bit better. Zenk's passing's better. Zenk's long shots are better. Flair's much of a muchness. Zenk's off the ball's better. Tete is more of a team player. And there's nothing really that separates them physically bar much better jumping reach from Zenk. There's not a lot between them, is there really? Both left-footed. I don't think it's a great deal. I don't think it's a great deal between them. Mentals are better, but we already have Zenk and hardly use them. Yeah. That's it. Bissett's wanted by Millwall. Right, okay. This is one that interests me because 625 grand. Millwall are currently in League One. Why are they looking at him? 9 goals in League Two. It's not enough. Right, Halter's gone back. That's fine. No real miss. He wasn't really any good, to be honest. Lee Miles is now starting to kick off. Like, trying to think, is Cox an idea? Apparently not for sale. Interesting. Transfer listed by request, but not for sale. Let's compare him with Ward. Ward's better in there. He's got a slightly better vision. He can take a free kick. Finishes are the same. First touch is the same. Technique's the same. Composure's the same. Determination, flair, identical. Better vision, so at least he knows where the goal is this time. Ever so slightly quicker. Dreadful jumping reach. He's basically Ward Mark 2, isn't he? Blackburn want to sign Akamea. Well, there's an asking price. If they want to pay it, they can pay it. If not, it goes nowhere. Injury prone as well. Swindon would cash in on Ewan Morgan, having already just signed him. 900 grand. It's not the worst price. Jay, anyone struggle going through the first season of a new save? Is it just me? Depends on who you're with, Jay. That's the thing. Like, what I find is because we play lower league stuff, like getting through that bit's fine. It's what I don't enjoy is the initial. Hang on, let me just try and see. 2 seconds. That's one of the kids turn around, bashing into stuff. What we're saying, yes. We struggle after many seasons. We struggle a lot. Ross Campbell's loan's been recalled as well. Crimlin can come in if we want him. for. I'm not sure he's the exact guy. I think he's probably the super sub, isn't he? So bring him plus AN plus another. Van Nuys struggling through the first season, the Bosnian third division. Yeah, I need to get onto that as well, don't I? To be honest. I've done 2 seasons of Gloucester now, decided I'm not renewing my contract. I mean, that's a worry as well, isn't it? When you get to that point and you go, you know what? I've had enough. 275 grand, right, okay. Blackburn have made a non-negotiable. You know what? It's not enough. Pay the money or don't. It's entirely up to you. Don't think it'll take me further, saving relegation mid-season. Second, 300 grand in debt. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes, like with these long-term saves as well, it's like, as we are now, you know, how much further can you take certain clubs? And I'm a bugger for it, and you guys are sort of like going, no, Tony, like this is far enough. You can't go any further here. This is like literally you're at the glass ceiling. And that's where I need to sort of be able to sort of step away and be like, right, yeah, you know what, it is a good idea. Now we leave this club, leave it where it is. Townsend just started a new save, ended up at Leicester, who sat Rodgers in the drop zone. First game in the league is away at Fulham, who are 17th. Cold leapfrog them now. Oh, you could leapfrog them. God, I wish I could speak. 5'9" centre half, but look, he's got everything: vision, passing, positioning, first touch. Tackling's only 10. Can't really play half back either. But then they're saying could be excellent. I don't think we've got time for him to be excellent, have we? Defensive midfielder. Favourite personnel: Steven Gerrard clearly knows nothing. Low work rate again. Pittman again. We've looked at Pittman a couple of times, and like he's not. I don't know. Acceleration of 14, dribbling of 13. It's not really enough there, is there? To be honest. This guy, 33-year-old fullback. No, we're all right, thanks. Ben Reynolds. He looks better. But at 7 million quid, right back is not our main problem. McGrady, Sam Roberts, goalkeeper. Not a concern. Loves his new gen's person. My favourite part of the game is seeing the made up talent. Oh, like, yeah, again, this is like how we like the game, or how I like the game certainly, is getting into the point when the entire universe is brand new. Because at that point, like your game is your game and your universe is completely different to my game and my universe, and that's where I think the game becomes. That's where I think the game's at its best, like, you know, because you can't have the same game at that point, and I just think it makes it so much better. Fairly ambitious. We looked at this lad. Would he score goals? 40 and 118. 17 at Shelbourne. 11 at Wraith. just jumping reach, really, innit? Nothing else. 4th of January, still no further forward signings. Portsmouth next. Morgan's not interested, that's fine. Is it worth upping the scout and have a look through Africa or South America? Well, it's a difficult one, that one, because you sort of think that maybe those players are going to need a little bit of time to gel, possibly get used to how the league works and stuff. So have we got time for those sorts of signings to settle in? I don't know if it quite works and maps across the same way as in FM, sorry, as it does in real life. Maybe it does. We could potentially get Luke Airedale in. I mean, that could be a big signing, right? Maybe injuries have played a part in keeping him out a lot. Could go up to 9 million quid. Let's take that bit off. But that could be a thing, maybe. £4.7 million for McGreedy. Right, so there you go. So it's 7 million quid for a guy who's scoring goals in League One, or it's 9 million quid for a guy who's not scoring goals in the Championship. I guess that's what you got to ask yourself, isn't it? 10 grand. Let's see what they come back with, shall we? Not really much point saying after the South African Wonder Kids, they're not going to be here long enough. Yeah, exactly. That's my thinking as well. We're not going to see them, even removing the idea of them being Wonder Kids and just looking for just a player from that area. I don't think we're going to be able to see the benefit of it, because they're going to take far too long to sell. Have a quick look at the pair of them, see what they look like. Airedale, right, so Airedale better in the air, better technically, better attacking. McGreedy's better, is just a bit quicker. Airedale a bit more physical. 6'1" versus 6'4", 6'1" here, 6'4" here. Better finishing from Airedale, better first touch, slightly better long shots from McGreedy, better heading from Airedale. Penalties are slightly better. McGreedy's more aggressive, but Airedale's got better anticipation. Composure's ever so slightly better over here. Leadership, though, McGreedy's a bit more of a leader. Airedale's a bit more of an individual, I think. Determination, McGreedy's slightly more determined, slightly better off the ball as well. Work rate, though, is better for Airedale. McGreedy's a little bit quicker, but better balance for Airedale, better jumping, better fitness. He's not as quick. I think Airedale's the guy who's going to bring the best out of Ward, maybe. He's 24 as well. Like, this guy's 27. Yes, he's got 17 goals in 27 games, but this guy has a point to prove. He's not really playing football at this point. He could be two-footed, reasonable on his left foot and very strong on his right foot. I think if we play him as a DLF maybe or as a Vance, we could be looking for a great player here. Bit better athleticism, willing to join and willing to entertain certain promises. Got a long-term injury, he's a bit injury prone, which is fine. We might not be able to afford his wages, I guess, is the concern. But I guess he's probably the one, isn't he? Airedale's the guy. Is that a smile I see in the new profile picture? Hello, Trek. How are you, pal? Sort of. It's. I was caught almost unawares. Yeah, we got a couple of new snaps done at Insomnia, which was cool, to be honest. So very happy with that. I need to sort of make sure that I've got them all tied up, and I'm not entirely sure if I've used the proper high res one just yet. But we're going to try and sort of get it all balanced out. But it's a little bit nicer, isn't it? Townsend, whereabouts in the save are we? Appreciate you're a few seasons in, but are you a stable Premier League team? No, I'm an unstable League One side. This is what we are so far. There you go. Started out unemployed, no badges, went to Banbridge in Northern Ireland in the 3rd division of Northern Irish football. Got promoted from that division. Got ourselves a cup as well. Then went to Portadown, no trophies there, sadly. Got moved up to Dungannon in the Northern Irish Premiership, won a trophy and jumped ship before I got sacked. Linfield, we won the Premiership in Northern Ireland, then we also won a cup as well. Moved to Oxford, who were in non-league at the time. They were Vanarama National. We won the Vanarama National at second time asking, and the FA Trophy. Got ourselves promoted into League One as well, as we finished second in the League Two. And that's the last thing we won, to be honest. Nothing at East Fife, nothing so far at Huddersfield yet. Need to start picking up some trophies, to be honest. 8 trophies out of 35, that's what we've got, but I think some would say that maybe we need to get a few more in the books at this point. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. It's good though, I enjoyed the save. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely a different save to what I've done previously, and it's good. I like the fact that it's, you know, it's like a long journey. Bit of a type one so far. Yeah, to be fair, it would make sense, really. It would make sense. Just even typing that is fine. So Travis needs a rest. Does he need a rest? You know what? He played well in the last match. Let's keep him on there. We'll put. Yeah, stick Hughes on the bench. Dempsey's tiring as well, but we just have to get through. How's life anyway, Trek? Hope you're good. If you don't follow Trek, by the way, go and make sure you do so, everybody. Right. Let's get something out of this game, please. Away at Portsmouth. 5 days off. Very nice indeed. I really dream of such time off, mate. Well, I haven't said that though. Time off with the kids, not brilliant, is it? That's not time off at all. Everyone knows that. Ought to do a variation of this for FM24, different countries and continents. I think so. I think this could be our thing, Nige. To be honest, like, you've got some people who just have a thing. Like second yellow card's got the Builder Nation. Ben's got the Glory Hunter. Jack and Kev have got the non-league to legends. So parts of Prem style thing. Penalty. 4 minutes in. 2 days holiday taken, 5 days off. Oh, you've worked it perfectly, mate. This could be us. Couldn't it? Boyle with a goal. So yeah, we looked at the Balkans, didn't we? I know you've started it already, but I wouldn't be against it, you know. Scandal version would be good. Brilliant. Big fan of it. Trek. Do love a Scandal save down here. In fact, the Scandal League starts again on Monday. That's by Scandal, I mean Norway. The Norwegian League starts again on Monday. I used to say that. We're going to have a look at that and might have a few suggestions in about a week or so. Nice. Pajot's already in on it. Right, here we go then. Back up to third now. So far. Dempsey, Harrison. Look how much room Price has got there. And Price in for Lloyd Lewis. How has he missed that? He scores the hard ones. Ridiculous miss. Biggs, Harrison. Great ball at the top. Lloyd Lewis is through now. That's what we're talking about. Liberian steel. Or Iberian steel. Talk to me about it. Maggio, what would I need? What would I need? North American steel, I suppose. Scandinavia's got a lot of different third division teams who could move sideways for years. Yeah. I think the end product of the Scandinavian one would be you'd have to try and win something in Europe, and that again would be really, really difficult. There's loads of amateur leagues in Sweden, in Scandinavia as well. Like, 4th division of Norway is like just village teams essentially. Asian steel. Well, just knocks the ball through. Oh. Lovely ball back in. Lloyd Lewis makes it 3. Who puts the ball in here? Tracking ball back in. Harrison, look at that. Lovely ball through. Lloyd Lewis taps it through. Iron curtain steel. Oof. Steel curtain. North American just too weird for all the drafts. Oh, I mean, it would be strange. All divisions in Spain, Portugal, possibly it was Andorra and Gibraltar if you're willing to wait for a couple of weeks after launch. Interesting. What would Asian steel be? Would it be like Indonesia, Australia, China? We sort of looked a little bit at the Iron Curtain steel in a way, Trek, as the Balkans. So it would be like Bosnia, Montenegro, Serbia, Croatia. I think that could be quite good fun. Still knocking out those, trying to get the right number of countries and divisions. I thought about doing a net game review, or like a network save. No. Like it's too difficult to get. Connection needs to be working all the time. There needs to be like too much organisation in terms of getting people to commit to stuff, myself included. To be honest, I've got 2 kids. I've got my own stuff I need to be doing, so it's not something I've ever really thought about. To be honest, I've been asked to do a couple of network saves with other creators, and again, I've turned it down for the same reason. I just don't have the time to commit. To be honest, Townsend, we did like a TJFM versus the community draft a little while ago, so that's a thing. And then it's just some stuff that we've been thinking about in the background that maybe we might bring the drafts back and do like a once a month thing. But again, it's timing, and it's like just looking at sort of it then eats into this sort of stuff. So given the fact we've got a big save to do, and then sort of go like, is it worth taking a night off the save to do a bit of drafting? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. I haven't fully worked that out yet, but you know, you could argue it's definitely worth it. If the interest there, then maybe we'll look at it. But again, it's just like getting people to commit is just tricky, you know. Like I say, I know for a fact that I haven't got time to commit that sort of time to make it work as well as I'd like it to work, you know. The Lujo Zealand work the space, and Ben's save last year was great. It is great, and like it's, again, they obviously had the issue of trying to get everything working around Z with US timings and stuff, but and again, like, this is their job, you know, like they know that them working together creates this massive like sort of interest in the game. I think just finding the right creators to do something with as well is really difficult. You need that blend, because there's been some people who've asked about stuff, and you're like sort of going, yeah, but we don't really talk a lot. Like we don't speak a lot as creators or as people outside of creation. There's some people that you sort of go, you know what, we're good mates, we would make it happen, but the viewers probably wouldn't be there for it. So it's a tricky one, and you don't just want to do it just to get the numbers up, but at the same time you never want to be, how do I word this? you never want to be the smallest creator in the network save. Do you know what I mean? Well, you do want to be the smallest creator in the network save. You don't want to be the biggest creator in the network save, and that's for me. That's where I am. I think that like I don't know who I would work well with that I know well enough to get stuff done. Like RDF would stress me out. We joked about it yesterday, so like, it would stress me out because he takes it too seriously. I'm obviously like completely the other side, which again I guess would make for good content, but again like our sort of timings can sometimes be slightly off. But to get 4 players who are of a similar size, I mean like Trek's a good example, but then we obviously need to get Trek's just moving over into Twitch now. I mean, Hood and Murph have got a game on at the minute, so that's always cool to watch. So there's loads of things happening, but it's just again, it's all about trying to work out, is that something to do for next year or not? I don't know. Don't have time for once a week. Exactly, that's the thing, Trek. Like you might be, you might end up being the perfect person for somebody, but if you haven't got the time to do it, then it's just like really difficult, isn't it? Me, Kevin Lama could be okay. Well, yeah, it could. There's a great dynamic there, but the issue we've got in that sense though is that Kev streams during the day usually. I know he does some stream in the evening for the playoffs and stuff, and obviously for the network save he's got at the minute with the Football Manager Therapy guys. And Lama's only just started streaming on YouTube, and again that's an afternoon thing, but we need to, so again that's something else that he has to sort of like get into the thing of just being used to streaming, I suppose, really. Don't think it does much work for your own channel unless you go with the big boys. Exactly. And at that point, Trek, I don't want to be doing it just for my channel to grow, because then you're in it for the wrong reasons. But at the same time, I also don't want to be in it and have my channel suffer. So it's like it's a really sort of tricky, great finish from Ward. It's a tricky balancing act, really, isn't it? Like, Ward's away, takes it around the keeper. That's what we want. Scores another goal. Scores against his former club, more importantly. That's the impressive thing. In fact, we should have just put it as Ward scores. Ward scores. That's amazing in itself. End up with 3 or 4 options in Discord. We've got a subscribers vote on which to do. Or for the save for next season. That's not a bad shout, actually. Yeah, we tried to do a TJFM open draft, and it was we didn't even end up with enough people to do that. So trying to convince people. Oh, great finish! I'm in the charity stream. I'm not Trek, unfortunately. I was going to be, but I couldn't really commit the time to it. Again, this is where we are. Like we've got house building on at the minute as well, so we don't know what stage things are going to be at over the next couple of weeks. So we'll see what we can do. But you're on it, aren't you? So I'll definitely. When's your spot? So if we're on at the same time you're on, then obviously we'll raid through to you. We would have raided to you anyway, because that's the sort of nice thing that we do. Because we like you. But who's doing it tonight? Save. Yeah, I think I was one slot. I was lucky enough to get it. Yeah, and again, like I think I spoke to Jack last time he did it, and I was slightly late getting in with sort of the timings and stuff. Because again, I don't always check Twitter DMs straight away, and then by the time I sort of sat and looked at when I could potentially do it, all the times that were working around when I could do it had already gone. So I was like, oh, okay, well, sadly I can't. But the fact that people will do it is great. But yeah, if you can pop in onto that, then definitely go and have a check for it. But tomorrow at 9. Okay, there you go. Right, so keep your eyes peeled then. If I'm not on tomorrow, you go and see Trek tomorrow. If I'm on, then you can also see Trek tomorrow. Bit bloody nervous. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. You're part of the purple brand now. We'll embrace you over here. I think it'll be fantastic. As I say, if you're not following Trek already, by the way, guys, please make sure you do. He's one of these lads that when I first started, I was like watching out, and I was watching Trek stuff, and I was like, I like this guy. I like what he's doing. And then once you start into it yourselves, you get a bit of chat with people, and it's like, actually, you know what? Yeah, he's a lovely lad as well. So that's great. That works. Debatable. I mean, well, look, that's the only impression I've got. Trek, maybe you show something else to some other people, but to me, you've only ever been lovely. See if that's a reasonable setup. He's got reservations. No, don't have reservations. Please don't. Please just consider Stein. Just sign for us. How much money do you need? He's currently earning 28 grand. $40. I mean, yeah, we're not gonna get him, are we? Oh well. $20,000 in League One is impressive. Yeah, we've got £6 million. That's the thing, Trek, to spend. So we've got the cash, but just to try and get that guy, we've got someone else who's maybe coming in instead. But I don't think he's good enough. He's certainly not as good. I mean, he's scored goals. He's got 15 goals this season in 20 games. XG of 12, 5 man of the matches. Like, he's decent. He's decent. The other guy's better. We paid £7 million for him, for this lad here, and he's currently second in the league for shots on target, third for expected goals, third for shots per 90, third for shots on target. So, he should be good enough. £7 million, you'd hope he's good enough, right? But then again, we've just won our last 2 games. Stockport and Hull next. We've already played 3 matches tonight. This is ridiculous. I mean, that's not the slowest we've ever played, to be honest, but the only other question is Coral and O'Rourke just a big target man to play off? 6'6", jumping reach. Not really got the teamwork, has he? enjoy the target forward and AF combo. I do as well. I like the a DLP and a poacher. That's where I'm at. But 6'6", only 11 strength. Peter Crouch, who signed matey with the Mohawk. He's on his way. He's on his way. If we can get him in. Magnus Madison. I think he's going to cost about 400 grand, I think. Rage and Roy, by the way, welcome and appreciate the follow. Didn't see you click in there, so apologies for that. Right, sort them out then. Stockport, bottom of the league. Right, McGreedy can come in. Mohawk Man's not come in yet, though. So I'm wondering whether or not we get Mohawk Man at all then if he's if we're going to end up spending all of our money on McGreedy. Are we going for it? What do we think? 7 million quid? It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. These guys are both going to be like almost identical, aren't they? You can tell. It's a lot. I said his best role is a winger as well. That's worrying me now. Does get goals. Crimmon's got better free kicks and better heading though, and he's got better finishing. His composure's not massively different. His concentration's much better. His determination's better. His anticipation's better. Not so good off the ball. Pace is about the same. Jumping reach is the same. He's actually stronger. Crimmon's stronger. Goal every 0.73 minutes, every 0.5 minutes. Daly McCready. Key passes per 91.212. Shots on target again 44-45. There's not a lot between the pair of them, to be honest. Is there? Where's Crimmon actually playing? Crimmon's playing at Wigan, isn't he? So he's playing in League One. He's getting goals off the bench, we think. But he's not really, because he's 15 starts, 8 goals, 4 assists. Determined personality. 17 goals the season before, 24 the season before that, 16 the season before that. Right, so he's used to scoring. And what's McGreedy's history? Again, he's been getting goals all over the place, hasn't he? 110 and 407. Delay McGrady. Price difference is huge. We're talking £4.7 million, possibly more, 7.5 million, or a couple of £100,000. Stumpy, appreciate the follow. Very kind. Thank you for that. surely when it's like less than £1 million, you sort of go like, get the other lad in, and then use that money to strengthen the rest. Because we still want, theoretically, we still want a ball playing centre back and a half back. Now, if we pay the money and get McGreedy, that means that all we can do is then get other players in on loan. Not saying we can't, but does it potentially mean that we don't get any further? Millwall have made a Batty offer. Oh, hang on. Is Batty back available? That could be interesting. I know we've gone in for a player from Millwall, which I'm guessing is obviously to replace. I'm guessing that they're looking to try and replace him. That's George Alimi. Wanted by Derby, Ipswich, Peterborough, Plymouth. On loan from Portsmouth. 16 blocks, 41st in League 2, 48th for headers won. Let's just keep him on there for now. Vision 15, passing 17, jumping reach 12. It's not too bad actually, to be honest. Crimin inside a central back and a DM. Fraser Mendoza. Won the most headers in League 2. 21st for key tackles, 22nd for key passes, 17 blocks. I know he's in League 2, but statistic, that's pretty decent. Jonas Luca. Fickle. Jess Eaton Collins. 6'5", 20, jumping reach 19. Marking, tackling, positioning, not brilliant, but that's what we want to be looking at, isn't it? Daniel Walton, just quick. Very quick, actually. 17. 16 for agility. Dribbling and crossing's pretty good. Only 3 assists so far, though. Colin Bird, reasonable. This Kieran Bevan. Centre back again, 50 grand. Apart from the work rate, he looks like he might be okay. Decisions to make. It'd be great for 50 grand. He could be. He could be. And I guess that's maybe what you've got to look at, isn't it? Going like, right, who's these sort of people we can sneak in? 3.5 million for Jake Batty. We sold him for 5.5. So if we get him back for that kind of price, that's pretty decent. Matt Vive. This thing could still be exciting. Lawrenson. Actually, he looks pretty decent at 17, doesn't he? Acceleration's maybe a little bit slow, but 35 million quid at 17 could be the next Matthias de Ligt. 3 grand. Oh, loan will go through in June. Cancel the offer, but keep him on the shortlist. He's going to be a great player in the game. I mean, could Batty be the guy that fixes our left back problems by coming back? 26. That's 19. What do we think? It's a way of fixing the tactic again, isn't it? If we literally go back to last year and we have Batty bombing on the outside, Grant can then go back to be just on support. He then goes to wing back on attack, so he goes full back on support there. Wing back on attack, gets up past Boyle. Maybe that's the way to do it. Maybe. We'll have to think. Harrison can go there. Stacey can drop back. Travis looks like he needs resting, actually. Hughes can go in. Grant's still a bit all over the place, so Curran can come in there. Boyle needs a rest. Time for Congreve. Everyone's knackered. Like, this is the thing, just trying to piece players back in and like go, right, in you go, get yourself there. Like, it's the joys, isn't it? The joys of lower league, well, I say lower league, but lower league management. And they're saying we could go top there. Given the fact that we were like 7th at one point, even on this stream tonight, is interesting to say we can go top. Hillman with a foul. Stacey draws it. Yeah, we could. Yeah, we could technically go top. Requires a bit of a swing, but it's not inconceivable. Congreve with a free kick. 1-0. What a strike. What a strike. A bit of rotation. There we go. Harrison's injured now. Right, let's stick Zenk in. See if Rogie can play just behind the strikers. Let's see, shall we? Some hydrates. Good shout, Dan. Top of the league, give us the trophy now. What were we panicking about, Zeke? What did we panic about? Stacey Rogie with the ball forward. Ward's not going to chase that, is he? No. Curran out to Zenk. Rogie, Curran. Ball back in. Dempsey, Stacey. So Rogie with the header. So let's put Rogie back out in the wing, actually. Make Zenk go shadow striker. So I think he can do it there. Did we start the week saying we could hang on to top spot? We did technically, Nige, we did. We did technically do that. Good point. Lampard is the master of falling upwards. I mean, hey, look, I'm in here as well. Curran, Rogie's through. Ward's offside, Zenk. I mean, we don't need a £7 million striker now, do it? We don't need one now. Zenk has finally scored. He's been a bit of a part player, hasn't he? That's the thing. We've not used him a lot. We've used him in various roles. But yeah, he's opened his account eventually. Oxford slipped a second, but at the minute we go top. That was close. That was close. We've got the best goal difference in the league. It's just madness, given some of the results we've had against us. To still be on a positive goal difference like that is crazy. We might not finish top of the league by winning this match, because I'm guessing Oxford might do something, but we'll. The fact we're in with a shout now, 3 wins in a row, is great. Oh, should we spend £7 million on any player in League One? No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't, Franco, unless they are incredible. And I don't think that lad's incredible. I think he's good. I think he's good enough. But I think that at £7 million, look at the pressure Ward's been under at £3.5 million to score. Like we thought we spent a fair bit on him. Look at the pressure that Miles has been under at £6 million to perform. He's not really dealt with that pressure particularly well. I think if you look at that lad who's going to be coming in at £7 million, you're expecting him to be, well, first of all, he's going to have to replace Ward or play behind the strikers, or we change the tactic again, and now we're now, now we're getting a couple of wins in a row, granted against the bottom teams, which, to be fair, are normally the matches we've been struggling against. Like, is it now the time to hook a £7 million striker in and go, right, there you go, fix yourself in there, you'll be grand. Maybe needs to look at something though, because that was a poor goal to concede. Lafredo's on a 6-5, Curran's on a 6-4. Let's look at Lafredo coming off then for Travis. Actually put Miles out at left back. Yeah, full back and support. That's fine. Ward 6-6. Ward's not really having a great time up there on his own at the minute, but could maybe do something still. Rogi swings it in. Travis over the top. Gets up again. She will do though when you're 17 foot tall with jumping reach of 26. So Rogi's corner. And Travis again with a header. It's 2-1. This is where it gets worrying. Like, because you start going like, we haven't quite killed the game off. 2-0, we were looking confident. Shankly, good run. Oh, nearly. For base of the post, I'm thinking they'll bring Lloyd Lewis on. Maybe. Might as well give Ward a rest at least. Congreve's starting to struggle a bit. Dempsey's tiring. Stacey's not having a great time in midfield, but I don't think we can bring anyone else on now either. Congreve, Hughes, Dempsey. Congreve, great ball. Lloyd Lewis. He's got to finish that. He's got to finish it. Don't take the touch, just head it over him. Or let it drop, volley it past him. No? Apparently not though. Right. Time to lock stuff up now, I reckon. Might be a little bit early to lock it up, but at the same time we have to try and preserve the win. Tip over the top. No, apparently not. Lovely technique to stop this dead on his chest, shame about the finish. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he said, oh, that's brilliant. And it just went, oh, yeah. Forgot I had to do the next bit as well, didn't I? Yeah, he did. 3 more points. See, finishing again. 13 shots, 4 on target. We have gone top of the league, which is good. Harris now for 2 weeks, not a problem. We've got players who can fit in that position, so that's fine. Apparently Zenk didn't celebrate against scoring against his former club. Very, very professional. Very professional indeed. Bit of time now until the whole game. We're a whole set 11th. 10 days, so we're expecting players coming in at this point then. So we might still look for a centre-back. We might still look for a half-back. Batty, of course, could still be an option as well. West Brom have signed Tete. Fair enough. We'll get Koichi in. Potentially a left-back. I quite like, actually. So there's a left back. I'm going to take left back off, but then we still might also end up with Batty as well. So that could be interesting. Oh, right. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just let Mr. J back in. Mrs. J is back from Bongo's Bingo. She's returned. She goes, I've brought you a present. Glow sticks. The fuck am I meant to do with glow sticks? Her response, Mrs. J's response, oh, be like DX. You know, off of the wrestling. What am I meant to do with this? Thanks, Mrs. J. Absolutely welcome, yes. Time to get the rave on, exactly. I feel like Jordan Pickford right now. But no, thank you, Mrs. J. A lovely present that I'm sure we can use on stream. We'll have a channel point redemption at some point for use the glow sticks. I don't know how we'd use that, but yeah, I'm sure we can work that out somewhere along the line. But yeah, Mrs. J has had a lovely time. And she's not tipsy at all. Not. She did not utter the words, I danced on a table. Like, I mean, come on, Mrs. J. Course you did. Course you did. DJFM rave. Yeah. Hashtag get the rave on. Bit of house music, bit of Mandy, got the glow sticks, you're all set. Come back sober from Bongo's Bingo. She's not. She says she is, but yeah. Crimin can come in, right? We can sign Crimin. And he's going to come in for not 7 million quid. 375 grand, that's better, isn't it? Not even Huddersfield colours. I don't know if that's the issue, really, is it? But there you go. Crimmins signed. They serve wine in pint glasses. We had an excellent time. Oh, Jesus. It sounds a lot like it's gonna. It sounds a lot like Mrs. J's had a great day. So we're can't wait for it. Can't wait to see what happens. Ask Mrs. J who's deciding this is the best decisions come in. Yeah. What we've learned is asking Mrs. J. Going, yeah, you don't you, Mrs. J. So right, Crimmins in. Okay. We think there's our backup striker, possibly. Someone comes after an hour saying that they're not drunk, they clearly are. Sam Pulisic. Yes, Mrs. J. She knows. She knows. Akamea wants to discuss leaving at the end of the season. Fine, whatever. Do you want? We might not be here. Just because we won't let them go to Blackburn for less money than what we want. I mean, this lad for 50 grand doesn't look too bad either, does he? Should we pop him in? Wine in pint glasses is definitely the way to do it, right? $50K, we might as well. Get him signed. What's the end of the world? You know, what's like what? Just do it. You're losing money by not signing him. Yes. That's it, isn't it? I brought a goalkeeper in for next season as well. So we've signed a Japanese fullback, we've signed a striker, might get a centre half in. Still need that ball playing centre back, still need that half back. Still 12 days of the transfer window. 3 wins out of 3 back to back. Check his indirection first. He's come from Newcastle, might come with that ahead. Yeah, we haven't signed him. We're not giving Newcastle any more blood money. Crimmins can go on the bench. Lloyd Lewis is wanted, is he? Sligo Rovers. Sligo Rovers must have a fair bit of cash, man. They're just interested in everybody at this point. Wants to go out on loan, does he? Okay. Travis wants to join a bigger club, then fine, he can join. Still, you know, he can go on the transfer list all he wants. Still needs a club to come and actually pay for him. £2.8 million from Legia. Nah, it's not enough. It's not enough. You're not going. Oxford versus Colchester, big game. Might put Oxford back top of the table if they win. Let's have a look back at the ball playing centre half, shall we? Barley Mumba, 33. He's playing everywhere. Danny Myers looks alright. He's maybe not a ball playing centre back, but he's also very expensive. £8 million. 6'6", mind. Is he much better than the 50k guy? Not really. Not really, no. And that's the thing. I guess this is also where we have a concern. We're about to sign a lad for 50k, and he might actually be decent enough to be our centre half. You know, so again, it's like thinking, don't just necessarily go out and spend a lot of money for no reason. But we need to be looking at improving the squad. Unless we can improve it, then just don't sign him. Did we manage to find a half-back at all? I don't think we did we? Certainly not transfer list anyway. No. What's up with the left backs you already signed to? I'm not looking at left backs. There might be players who can play left back, but I'm certainly not looking there deliberately. Jump from each 6. £8 million, too expensive. My initial feeling is that we're actually probably okay. Like maybe we need a half-back, but maybe we can get away. This lad's a bit too short, but jumping reach is the problem, innit? Gloucester Dreamers over, turned down offer from Bromley, hoping to get the Wimbledon job. They've rejected me and now I'm unemployed. Oh dear. Oh dear. We've been there before, haven't we? That's the problem, innit? That's the problem. Richard Johnson's not too bad. Markin's not brilliant though. Harry Coates is kind of got the attributes you need, really, apart from the composure, I guess. First touch isn't brilliant, passing's not great, but right, let's just try and move on to the next one. All right, Oxford have gone back top, but we do have a game in hand now. Renford wants to go on loan. Okay, away you go, Renford. Seems reasonable. He's not been getting his game, to be honest, so head for those wine by the pint bars. Gotta say, if Miles puts the shift in training, he can certainly play. But if he doesn't, then no use. 4.1 million, that'll do. It's 4.2 is buyout clause, but 4.1's enough. Alright, so Travis looks like he's on his way out then, which means we've got even more money now in the bank. So, stay with me on this one. We might end up, if we get promoted, we might end up with quite a bit of money in the bank. Might not be enough money in the Championship, I'm just aware of this as I'm saying it out loud. Calm down, Tony, calm down. Don't get too excited. Can't take this team right now into the Championship. Just won't work. McCready, right? We're going to cancel that. We're not paying all the big bucks for McCready. Charlie B. Harry Coates. We could step up a club, actually. What do you think about this lad? What do you think about this lad? As a backup halfback, 6'5", jumping reach of 17, acceleration of 14. Okay, the areas of concern we've got: marking's only 11, passing's only 6, composure's only 6. Big enough and his work rate's good. Yeah, his position is good as well. His anticipation's fine. Fourteenth in the league for possession won per 90 minutes. 32nd in the league for headers won. 38th for headers won percentage. Which, ironically, given the fact he's not got good heading, is actually fine. Evening, Mad Scientist. How are you, pal? Welcome in. Pleasure to see you. Hope you're good, man. How's life treating you? How's the 90s? Hope everything is good. He looks like he's having a good season, though. He's 7.11 in League One. 1 man of the match, 7 yellow cards. Lots of green. If you want him to win the ball and move it, he could lose as many as he wins. That's a fair point, actually. That's a fair point. Yeah, his passes aren't great, are they? 66% of passes completed is not good. Yeah. Below. His pass completion's awful, actually. That's a fair point. Okay. Interesting. How's British Steel treating us? Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's certainly treating us. We've played 4 matches tonight. We've played 4 games, and we've been back and forth trying to spend a heck of a lot of money, and we're just not doing it. We're not spending the money in the league, to be honest. So green is Coates, so quicker, better in the air, better defending, better physically. Dempsey, better vision, better technicals, better mentals. 6'5" versus 6'4". Okay. In terms of attribute matching, so finishing of 4 versus finishing of 1. Heading is 8. Dempsey's is only 6, believe it or not. That's interesting. Marking of 11 versus 12. 6 versus 11 for passing. That's a big drop off. 14 versus 12 for tackling. 13, 14 anticipation. 15 concentration and 15 for decision making and 13 for determination for Dempsey. That's actually better. Leadership's the same. Positioning slightly better for Coates. Teamwork much better. Work rate much better. Acceleration better. Agility better. Balance better. Jumping reach the same. Pace better. I guess he's literally a backup, isn't he? He does exactly what Dempsey does. Yeah, well, I think we get him in. It just means that if Dempsey gets injured, then we've got a replacement straight away. Grant can go in. You're right. Where is he? Is he a half-back, though? Let's have a look. Maybe. 15 for jumping reach. 12 for anticipation. Marking's only 7. I guess comparing them, Grant's better attacking. He's not as good in the air. Coates is a bit quicker. He's a bit better defensively. To be fair, I think it's... I'm not against bringing another right back in. I mean, technically, Grant's a better player. But is he better in terms of what we need? Composure, huge, huge. Let's get another player in. Let's get another player in there. If you play in there, then they reckon that Coates is better, but I think it's versatility, isn't it? Let's bring him in. Why not? If he's not that expensive, then he's worth considering, isn't he? I think where we might think of an issue is if Batty signs, and Baptiste looks decent as well. So there's still an option on him. 31-year-old Baptiste. Compare him with Travis. Coates is good for a backup. Exactly, yeah, and that's what we're thinking. Like, you know, a backup player. Baptiste pretty much got everything better, just about, hasn't he? Passing's so much better, positioning's better, determination's better, anticipation's better. His acceleration's not, and his jumping region isn't. And he's maybe not as strong, but heading's better, first touch is better. Baptiste might actually score a goal. 2-footed as well. I know 31's not the 31's not in the philosophy of the club, but is it what we need to get us over the line? Possibly. Batty's coming home. 3.6 million will be deducted from the £3.8 million budget. Batty's coming back. He only played 4 games. We sold him for 5.5 million. Re-signed him. Is that good business? Maybe. Could be. I feel like it probably is. Because what we can do now is we can put Batty there. Wing back on attack. Hope so, that's a lot of money. Yeah, maybe. The Fredo's only just starting to get back in. Curran goes as a fullback. Automatic. Fullback on support, sorry. I mean, look what he did last year. Last year, there he was. Only 4 assists, granted, but he was getting forward. He was creating stuff. If he does that, we're all right. 3.5 mil. I mean, we paid 6 mil for Miles, and he's not exactly doing it at the minute. Plus, of course, we can get some money back for Travis if he goes to Burnley, which I imagine he would. If he wants to leave, I imagine he's going to go. So that money comes back in. 1.9 mil for Baptiste isn't actually too bad either. Plus the 50 grand player that we're looking at. If we do all that, then that's decent business. But again, it's another busy transfer window, isn't it? Batty to be unveiled. He's back. You recall parting company with Batty at Huddersfield. Why have decided to bring him back? Circumstances have changed. He's back. He's back. But it looks like I haven't bounced back. But you have. Have I got £1.9 million left? I will have once we sell Travis. So everyone else is going to be on. Everyone else is going to be delayed for this moment in time. So let's see what happens. Obviously, as well, we've got the Japanese fullback can play both positions as well. He can play right and left, so we do have some defensive we do have some more cover there as well. Let's keep Curran there for now. John Grant, actually. Put Grant back in. Curran. Now I'm in the situation where it's like, have I got too many players in the same positions? No, we'll be okay. Yeah, Batty can come straight back in, actually, I think. I think he deserves to be straight in, doesn't he? Paid all that money, you might as well stick him in. Bevan's in. 50 grand centre half. Work rate of 9's not brilliant, but everything else is fine. Jumping reach to 17. Concentration's good. Position's fine. Determination's okay. Tackling's good. He'll be alright. A little timid for a big man. Yeah, maybe. If Gardner's back fit, then Gardner's an option. You're on. I think we can look to. There we go. Travis has gone. 4.1 mil. Off to Burnley. Which means if we bring in Jamal, that's for 1.9 million, then we've sort of balanced the books, essentially. And then we're probably in a better position. Gardner's not fully fit, that's the problem. Congreve, however, can maybe slide in there. Actually, no, Harrison. There we go, that's what Harrison. Fitter, I think. Yeah, I think that's pretty better, isn't it? Loads of defenders, midfielder, striker. Yeah, that's nice and balanced. Right, let's go for it. Yeah, exactly. Is it 50 grand? Like, you know, if he plays 5 games and he gets 6.9 or whatever, fine. That's all that'll do. If he gets to 7, then incredible. You know. Here's Batty straight away on the ball. Back inside, Boyle gives the ball away. Sadly, nicely accepted. Losing out again though. See if we can nudge ourselves back up. Should be giving these players that never played only some game time in the reserves to keep them fit. Yeah, good point. Good point. This ball at the top, maybe we can stand off ball actually. Rather than chasing them down. Oof. Decent effort. So let's do it actually. Let's just take that off for now. What's happening so far? 20 minutes in. Balance for now. Free kick deflected. Miles gets rid of it. Hughes gets rid of it. Rowe gets rid of it. Grant gets rid of it. And come back out. Saves. That's fine. That's fine. Rachel, of course, former Hull goalkeeper, remember? That's more positive. And let's actually start pressing again. I haven't got a shot in this half. Second we change it, it's straight in the goal. Decent free kick, mind. Not much you can do about that. Ward might have to come off for the new Simon Crimmin. See what difference he can make off the bench. The 1-2's Oxford have taken the lead by the looks of it as well. So we've now got to score 2 goals. Get your foot in. Exhausted already. Yeah, he's got to try and get up to speed, hasn't he? So nice ball. Ward picks it up. Biggs. Here's Boyle. In for Ward over the top. And we can replace him obviously with a Japanese fullback actually. Almost. Grant. Ward straight at the keeper. Offside. Nicely accepted by Stacey. Rogies through. Just needs someone to get there and finish it. Tap it in. That's what can we do? Time for Ward to come off. Crimmon goes on. I think Romario for Rogi, actually. Rogi looks like he's tiring as well. Come on. Hughes almost gives the ball away, Brown. Hughes, Romario nods it through. Ball can't get there in the back post. It's Dempsey. Boyle. Penalty. Boyle steps up. Not the most confident penalty I've ever watched. What's he doing? Looks like he sort of like dinks it into the roof of the net. We'll take it. We'll take it. It's not, as I say, it's not the most confident I've ever seen a penalty taken, but 1-0. He would try to charge it. I think he was, yeah. I'll tackle the penalty, that's what I'll do. Brandon will set that. Decent play by Hull, mind. Head away. Oh, as well. Hughes gets it nice. Price. Stacey. Price gives it away. Do you want to play for set plays maybe? Price for the corner. Anyone's head will do. Nods it back in. Maybe let's bring Carnell on possibly. Full back, centre back. Hughes is having a great time. How's Biggs doing? Biggs is doing okay. 6'5". Maybe I need to consider somebody else. In fact, there's Crimmon, there's Biggs. Oh! Biggs is kind of like just being the link. Question is, do I bring Zenk on or Harrison? And then go back to the 4-4-1-1? That's the question. Technically, Zenk's a striker, isn't he? Let's get him on there. Last few minutes. What can we get out of this one? Nothing, I'm guessing. It's going to be 1-1. Oh, Hull are going to make it 2-1. There we go. Yes, Trimmon's giving it away. Dempsey heads it into no man's land. Don't make this 2-1. Dempsey clears it. I think we've got away with one here. We haven't quite got away with it just yet. Diogo's corner. Here it comes, cleared by the keeper. 1-0. Respect the point. Yeah, second half was better. 8 shots, 4 on target. It's a better percentage than we've had the last few weeks, to be honest. It's just a shame that it wasn't going to be 4 wins in a row. But, you know, it's fine. I think the issue. I think it was bad timing. We made a change, then they'd scored a free kick straight in, and it was like, okay, fair enough. There's not much we can do about that. So, fine. That's where we are. Baptiste's in. Bring him in as the ball playing centre half. See if that'll do us. Try and map out copy from last week's, which you can't do. So, match tactics, teamwork, bonding, chance creation, chance conversion, attacking movement, defensive shape, set pieces, attacking corners, set piece delivery, defending corners, match review. Match review, right. So ball playing centre backs come in now. Let's see if that makes a difference. Do we think it'll make a difference? It might. So he goes there. Sorry, he goes there. Miles comes out. Ball playing. Just go back to being a normal centre back. Even a slinger, welcome in, appreciate the follow. Very kind. Batty can rest. Alfredo can go back in. Wing back on support. Wing back on attack. So full back on support. Stacey needs a rest. So Harrison come in. Dempsey needs a rest really as well. But I don't really want to change both centre midfielders. Biggs have it. Biggs can have it. Renford doesn't want to go out. Can't Renford? You said you wanted to go on loan. You said you want to go on loan as well, so go on, you go and have a loan. So that's the thing, right? All these players are going like, oh, you know, I want to leave. It's like, well, leave then. When the options are there, leave. Don't know what they're going on about. Right, let's make another space on the squad. Who's going to come out? Let's take Bevan out for now. For Colt. Just for now. Bolton next, then Carlisle. That should just about give us an idea as to where we're going to be. North is for Congreve. Mark Simpson's apparently interesting a couple of people. Lloyd Lewis, what's he expecting? He wants to go out on loan, does he? Take Renford out, he'll have to go. I think I've taken him out already, actually. Same with Congreve, actually. I think I've taken them both out. so they're both there. I think Wigan have just. Does that say Wigan signed McKendry? Oh no, it's I thought it was McGreedy. They'd signed. We'd signed Crimin, and they went, oh well, let's go and get the guy from Wimbledon. Obviously not. Four more days. Transfer deadline recruitment day thing? No thanks. Harry Barnett, has he still not left? Come on, out you go. Day recruitment not forced. Don't need to be in another meeting. I think we've pretty much done what we need to do. Right, Brentford's gone to Forest Green on loan, which is fine. Let him go and get some football. 26 now. Peterborough have signed Luke Cox. It's be interesting to see how that move works out. I think Crimin's a decent signing in replacement for him though, so not massively concerned. So Bolton are 9th, Carlisle are 15th. We're 2nd. What's the league looking like in terms of... So we're 3rd, sorry. Game in hand on Oxford, but Wimbledon have got a game in hand on us and 2 games in hand on Oxford. It's looking tight, innit? Look at that. all the way down to 10th is on 48. It's gonna be very, very tight. How many games left? Loads as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 games. We're on 51 points. Was that 55 points? Looking at what, 80 odd points, maybe nearly 90, possibly, to get promoted. It's going to take a big amount of points, surely. Extension agreed, that's fine. Tony Alonso's gone somewhere else, no problem. Points are still on. We spoke about 100 points at the start of the season, didn't we? 51 points left to play for. We've got 55 already. It's unlikely we're going to get to 50 to 100, isn't it? I mean, that would be some turnaround. That would be some turnaround in form if we just, all of a sudden, it just clicks and we go, right, you know what? We're not mucking around. Just going to do this properly. We're going to make sure that every single match we turn up, we just win. I mean, that would be incredible. Absolutely incredible if we did it. I don't know if we'd be able to do it. So let's take Dempsey out, actually. Of course, and Ward needs to turn into prime Pele for it to happen. Yeah, and that's the problem. Too many things need to happen, I think, for that to be the situation. Let's give Crimin a run out. Let's see what he can do. Okay. And let's put Zenk behind him. Do that. Right, Baptiste and Coates are in as well. So Crimmins starts. Okay. We've taken Biggs out. Let's see if this helps. Batty's on the bench. Lafredo's back in. Miles keeps his spot. Well, there's two defenders obviously want his spot. He wants to play, but he needs to make sure he's good enough. Baptiste, Miles, Coates. Digs over the top. There's Crimmins through. Sign of intent. 8 minutes in. Ward didn't do that. Mooney puts it up. It's in the corner. Points to play for. It's unlikely we're gonna only drop 4 points between now and the end of the season. Very, very unlikely. Look at that. We haven't scored in 13 minutes. We dropped down to 4th. Stacey with the ball at the top. Crimmins. There we go. Johnny Mohawk gets his goal. Stacey up over the top. Crimmins puts a bit of pressure on the defender. He doesn't actually. The defender just does it himself. Great finish. That's a bit of confidence. He needs to spend £7 million on a forward. That's it. Look at that. That's 900 grand. Was it 900 grand? 700 grand, I think it was. It's much better value. Technically, that's Moneyball, right? Looking at the player going, right, do we sign the guy here? It's not right, is it? Moneyball's obviously when you buy on stats. But yeah, and statistically, he looked like a better player. You know, ranking higher in the league for stuff. Oh, Harrison's through. Oh, he needed to pull it back. If he pulled it back, it's 2-0. Rowley's corner. Head away. Oh, he's got himself a yellow card. Good, he's got a bit of anger in him as well. I like that. Oh, he's not going to last the full 90 minutes. He's clearly got anger issues. Rotherham are now gone up to 19 plus goal difference. Millwall, ourselves and Oxford all on plus 18. It's going to be tight, this title race. Just did it justify the haircut? I think so. I think while the Japanese fullbacks helping us sell some merchandise shirts wise, and then Crimmins obviously selling fake Mohawks in the club shop as well. So Grant starting a tyre. Let's get him on there. Crimmins can come off then because he's got a yellow card. Let's put Zenk up top. See how that works out. We're only one goal up, but I feel like it's maybe not quite a Paul Ward sort of game just yet. Might be wrong. Robertson's through. It's going to have to be a Paul Ward game now, isn't it? Marsh. Not offside apparently. Trouble is, all the opposition centre-backs take the piss out of the Mohawk and he loses his rag. Maybe that's the problem. Ward out to Rogi. Rogi down for Zeng. Decent block. Harrison the CM go wide diamond. I'm going to move them both up in a minute. Move him there. Move him there. He's going to go as a DM. Only if you want to defend and then CM on attack. That's the plan. Something like that. Do that instead. Gets corner, 9 minutes to go. Apparently we don't see the corner. We don't need to see those sorts of things. 5 points behind Oxford. Slipped down to 5th. This doesn't seem right, does it? Oh, it's Ward. Oh, Price wasn't watching. Zeng. Rogi. They're just going to play for time now, aren't they? They know what they're doing. Come on, ref, get the yellow cards out. Get the yellow cards out. Zeng nods it down. Ward. Coates. Lafredo. Move the ball forward. Go on, Miles. Coates is inside. Harrison gives it away. Zeng hasn't chased it down. Uh-oh. One all. Not brilliant. Not the end of the world. It's going to make 100 points very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. Okay. Fine. Let's get the Carlisle game done. Then we'll be all right. Respect the point. Exactly. Exactly. Need to beat Carlisle, then need to beat Millwall. Do we go with 2 strikers against Carlisle? Or do we keep trusting the process? Keep trusting the process, I think. Training's too intense after the Carlisle fixture. I mean, well, we haven't really got much. We haven't really got much choice, to be honest. Oh, after the fixture, yeah, we'll fix that out. That's... Yeah, I need to sit down and do a proper plan, actually, to be honest, to sort of try and get it so that you can balance it out throughout the whole season. But I'm just trying to sort of do bits and pieces at the minute to make it sticky plaster solutions almost. at this point. Fredo can come out for Batty. Batty can go wing back, attack. Grant can go wing back, full back. Automatic. Criminal, I think we keep there as well. As Miles trying to be DC. To be fair, he's already a DC, theoretically. I think that's his default position. We signed him to play left back. We thought it was a left back. But yeah, Miles, if you click on him, central defender. That's what you think straight away. So I thought he was a left back when we bought him personally, but he thinks he can play centre half now. So fine, stick him in there. But I do think we're gonna pull him out this week though. Stick Hughes in instead. Who's got a decent left foot on him. I thought Colts did pretty well. I think we need to make sure that he's we need to make sure Dempsey's on the bench so that when obviously he needs to come out. Miles is 5'8", playing my left back. I said, "Oh, I would as well, yeah, but he was busy kicking off, and then Lafredo was playing half decent. So, and then to be fair, he did actually play in a whole bunch of games when we went three wins back to back. So it's like everything. There's no rhyme or reason really as to how these players work. Got a dilemma. Got Forest Green, Luton, Salford, and Leyton Orient all offering me jobs. Luton seems the obvious choice. My last job was Gloucester. Is it too big a jump? It's difficult, isn't it? But because you'd take the opportunity if it came about. If someone goes, all right, here's a bigger job. Do you want it? You'd say yes, 100%. You'd dive straight in. I think is it too big a job? No, not really. It's a good job, Luton. I think it's a really, really good job, and I think you'll have a lot of fun there. I think Forest Green could be a good save, to be honest. But then it's like it depends upon whether you think that's not enough of a jump. What team do you connect with more? Exactly. That's the thing. You can feel it. You can feel it out fairly quickly, can't you? Like you'll go, yeah, that feels right. Or nah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Interesting that you've not gone straight for. Then none of us went straight for Leyton Orient. Maybe we should have done. But yeah, out of that, for me, I'd be looking at Luton or Forest Green. He gives the ball away. Leyton Orient's my old local team. There you go. There you go, Frank. Well, that's the one. What's Barton got up his sleeve? He's a Wednesday fan, and he's a Wednesday and Leyton Orient don't really have too much of a connection, I suppose. So we're 0-0 with Carlisle, 20 minutes in. Just moved Biggs up front as well. So we've got two up top. Outside Crimin, over the top. Conference South Championship sounds unrealistic. It does, but then I live about 30 minutes from Luton. Guess it sort of balanced out then. But that's the thing, I guess, this is where Football Manager is. If you think in your head that feels unrealistic to go from Conference South to the Championship, then you can put those obstacles in your own way, and I respect that totally. I look at things like that as well. That would never happen. So, yeah, if that's how you think, then 100% keep it that way. Road groups in. Didn't imagine you seeing it in real life. Yeah, quite a few people do that to us. It feels like Nathan Jones did that by going to Southampton. I know he went from Luton, but when you got into the Premier League, it looked like he'd come from the conference. Batty charging down the wing. Go on, Batty. Biggs, Batty, Dempsey, Boyle. Oh, close. Crimin. Getting involved. Rogie. Harrison. Pulls it back. Batty, Boyle, Biggs, Rogie's header. Come on, we're getting all the opportunities, we're just not creating goal scoring opportunities. XG 0.37. Why is Boyle looking stressed? I'm saying, come on, let's go and get ourselves a win here. He's going, no. Go on Luton, try and do what I can do in real life. I'd go to Luton if offered it. Exactly. That's the thing, yeah. If you're offered it in real life, you'd do it. Whether you survive or not, that's the question. You've now got the pressure of a championship club coming from Vanarama South. You know, fans aren't going to be overly patient, are they? So you've got that to look at. But also got to back yourself sometimes. Back yourself as a manager. Well, look, you know what? Yeah, I can do this. Ball's over the top. Biggs isn't going to get there. Rogie's going to pick it up though. In for Crimin. It's 2-2 for Crimin. There's your 7 million. £7 million strikers doing £7 million striker things. He says £7 million striker. Oh wait, no, he was only $1 million. Going to sack there before the end of the season. They'll try, but the thing is, you know, what you've got there though, Barton, is if you do get sacked, you then get sacked from the championship club, so you might have a slightly better chance of getting a better job from there, because you know your reputation goes up a little bit. So it's all about playing the odds. And that's going to work out well for you. Failing upwards. The story of our stream. Evening, Barry. How are you, pal? Welcome in. Nice to have you in. First time chat. Right through. Baptiste, Dempsey, Harrison. Just waiting for a bit of space. Baptiste, Grant. Where's the ball go? Harrison, Biggs. Crimin, Boyle. Biggs. Oh. First time in. Yeah, nice to see you, Barry. Nice to see you. Hope all is good. Welcome across to the stream. We're doing a British Steel Challenge here. Plan B, and we want to try and win everything. To be honest, in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, it's quite tough. It's quite tough. Not gonna lie. We're currently in season 13 at this point. Can Biggs play there? Yeah, Biggs can play there, that's fine. Do I want Ward on? Yeah, go on, we'll do that. Should really be looking for more slightly more defensive, I think, but that'll be fine. Do that. Multiple changes at once. Biggs' free kick. Hits the wall, clear the way. Crimin again with a header. Crimin's making sure he's a fan favourite, isn't he? Getting himself involved. 2 goals in 2 games. Biggs boils through. Pull it back. Oh. Price might have to get sold this summer. I don't think he's good enough for next season. Dempsey. Actually, that's the thing. If we do get promoted, and if we stay even for a few months, a lot of players need to get moved on for next season. Not quite championship level, are they? Price gives the ball away. Don't give the ball away like that, lads. That's fine, give it like that. Hughes. Biggs. Hughes gets it back. Boyle. Dempsey. There we go. Just keeping it. Just keep possession. Nothing silly. Coming Biggs over the top. Ward's through. Oh, there we go. 3 points wrapped up. Should be anyway. Should be. What a goal. What a goal. TJ ball in full flight. That's what we've come to expect. That's what's going to start moving us up the table again. 2 points behind Oxford, 2 points ahead of Rotherham, 2 points ahead of Wimbledon, 2 points ahead of Colchester, 4 points ahead of Millwall. He looked at the goal and scored. I know. Vision of 3. You wouldn't think it, would you? He kicked the ball in the same direction. I think that's maybe his 14th or 15th of the season, though. That's the problem. Like, despite the way he's not scoring, he's still scored nearly 15 goals. It's the fact that he should really have about 64, given the amount of chances he's missed. Batty crosses the ball in. Price with a header again. Someone's bought me some glasses. Yeah. It was in the transfer window. I made sure I got him a set. Alright, get the old Specsavers in there. Shame you can't suggest laser eye surgery for the off-season. That'd be great, though, wouldn't it? Over the top. Right, we brought in the centre half on. Carnell's come on for Hughes. Should help us see the game out. Decent ball over the top. Should be, I reckon, 4 minutes worth of injury time. Evening, Urine, how are we, buddy? Is the mic a little bit low today? I'm not sure, to be honest. Am I a bit little? Have I had a tiny bit further from my mouth, possibly? Maybe I'm a little bit quiet tonight. NFL quarterback did that. Winston, Jameis Winston, yes. Yeah, it has been a bit louder before, to be honest, but I think, yeah, I'm a little bit, I don't know, maybe I'm a bit quiet myself this evening, to be honest. Great ball at the top from Ward. There we go. 3-0. Beautiful finish. Great play by Biggs. Biggs drops deep. Crimming Biggs over the top. Ward's away. We all thought he was going to scuff that, didn't we? Under the keeper's hand, 3-0. Maybe he just needed another sort of bit of striking pressure. Maybe that's it. 3-0. We'll take that. 10 shots on target out of 20. That's that's every other shot. That's more like it. That's more like it. 2 points away from Oxford. We've got how many games left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 games left. We can still win the league. This is much better. Birmingham, we lost that first game, but this has been much better. January has been fine. We've done great. Scored loads of goals. Yeah, we can see a couple, but players back on form. New signings are getting goals. Everyone's happy. I feel bad we're going to have to turn the screen off now, because tomorrow when we come back in, it's just going to be horrific, isn't it? We know that it's not going to work, but we can certainly try. We can certainly try and see how it goes on. But you know what? Appreciate everyone, of course, for being in tonight. It's always a pleasure. Let's see who's about, shall we? Got a few bits and pieces on the go. In fact, we haven't seen Goodger for a while. Let's go and see Mr. Goodger. Go and give him a raid. Give him a follow if you don't already do so. Okay, that'd be much appreciated. So yeah, go and give Dave some love. Might be back tomorrow because tomorrow's Easter, innit? So we'll see. If not, we'll be back on Monday. Hope everyone's good. Appreciate you all hanging out. Take care. See you all soon. All the best. Bye now.